And now, please welcome to the cage in the blue corner. 35 years of age and standing at 165 centimeters tall. He brings a record of 12 fights, 8 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw. He's representing Phantom Team Island from Georgia. Please welcome Bundo Kikadze!
Right, well, a name to conjure with, as indeed a fighter to conjure with. Bondo Kiki came to FNC after a win in PFL. Never lost via decision, but tonight, in this Bantamweight title bout, it's his first 5-round fight. He's primarily a wrestler. He wants to find his position for takedown. Doesn't have the best ground game, which is unfortunate for a guy that's primarily a wrestler. But tonight, Bondo Kikadze comes tonight to do business. Trains out of Team Phantom, which of course is the team in Dublin of
Henry Fadipe.
Yeah, my man Fadipe. Big shout out to Henry if you're listening and watching. So, trains out of Dublin. 35-year-old dominated Dominic Wooding last time out at a PFL event in December 23. From Georgia, he's got a dominant wrestling game, as I said. And once he gets going, brings down the elbows from on top. He's hard-nosed, doesn't mind mixing it on the feet. And he scored some knockouts early in his career. Let's see what he brings tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be punch and clutch fundamentals, what we've seen from him. What we saw, for example, in the win over the UK veteran Dominic Wooding was being prepared for dealing with a very strong, long, rangy striker who's aggressive and powerful. Same strategy, I think, here tonight. Slightly different fundamentals we would probably use.
Kikadze!
This guy is a serious threat.
And now, please welcome to the cage in the red corner. 25 years of age and standing at 170 centimeters tall. His record thus far, a perfect one, with 8 fights and 8 wins. He's representing Secutor SD Team and UFD Gym from Serbia. It's Miljan Zdravković!
Milan Zdravković, 8-0. Perfect numbers. He's certainly got the bandwidth to get this done. And what a great stable. UFD Gym in Dusseldorf, Germany. Absolutely phenomenal on his feet. Beautiful, beautiful footwork. And he's as accurate and reliable as a Swiss train timetable. Got the fight IQ, he's patient, picks his shots, and when the moment presents itself, pow, down you go, like a chainsawed tree. We like him, he's got bags of potential. This is his chance at the FNC Bantamweight title. I got a funny feeling he's going to take it with both hands. Comes off a 3-fight KO streak. And as I said, went through camp at UFD Dusseldorf, Germany. Tough night in the office, or not, for Milan Zdravković.
And I feel like what we've seen from him has just been a level up every single time. I think he represents some of the very best coming out of Serbia right now in MMA. And what he did against Kamil Skaratic, who again is a very strong grappler, is probably going to be very similar to what he's got to do here against Kikadze, and that's a lot of power in the pocket, especially in the chaos. Especially when Kikadze throws an overhand right or a left hook to try to get a hold of him. He needs to be ready for the counter. And as we've seen, especially as we saw in his KSW debut, for example, he has the ability with one punch to change everything. Unusual, uncommon knockout power at 135. So he's young, the whole world's in front of him, and his whole country is going to be watching him here tonight, Will. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
The big thing is the 8-0. You're not going to want to lose that and give it up. If he can retain that, take the belt, well, that's a big, big night in the office. That's almost, you know, paradise. He's up against the tough stuff in Kikadze. The Georgian's not going to give it up easy. There's no two ways about that. But this is going to be a lovely dust-off between these two at this weight for the title.
Here are the numbers. Height and reach in favor of Zdravković, and it's going to be that little bit extra advantage with the reach that could be pivotal in this fight. The undefeated record, of course, for the 25-year-old Zdravković, the 10 years younger Zdravković, also one to look out for.
And this MMA rules bout is for the minus 61 kilogram FNC Bantamweight World title. This bout will be contested over 5-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Mr. Franco Kleeman. Fighters, to the center, please, for your final instructions.
Fighters. Guys, you know the rules. Listen to my comments all the time. Protect yourself all the time. If I say stop, it's stop. If you want to touch gloves, touch now. Stay back.
Referee's instructions scheduled for 5 championship rounds, FNC MMA rules. Contested at bantamweight, it's the first of our title bouts tonight. Miljan Zdravković fights red. Takes on Bundo Kiki of Georgia. The 10-year age difference, I think, is going to be a huge, huge factor here. Maybe not. Straight away, Kikadze with the takedown goes to the ground and gets the wrestling getting on.
Nice switch here, though. Zdravković unfortunately succumbed nearly to a takedown, but the second his butt hit the mat, he was up on the switch, stuffing the head of Kikadze. The issue is Kikadze is unusual in his ability to get a hold of guys and keep them there. Once he gets you in these positions, it's very, very difficult to get rid of him.
So Zdravković trying to work the locks here to keep Kikadze in a non-threatening position, but he's had to work hard. Kikadze is like Velcro, isn't he? He's not giving up that left leg, but this is good escapology for Zdravković, and Zdravković in trouble. Look at this, Kikadze straight on it early doors, and it looks like he's got a hand in there.
He might be able to get that back, Will. He's immediately gone for the frame. Lovely. Nice. Excellent escape there from Zdravković. It's just the reshot that's always going to be problematic for Kikadze. This is what he does best, and he can do this for 15 minutes.
Wow, this is a tough night in the office for Zdravković. Kikadze is like Velcro. I mean, he's like super glue. He's on you, and that, unbelievable. There's been no air between these two since Kikadze got the grips on. He really is stuck to him and not giving it up.
But Zdravković is very relaxed. Like, he's not going to use too much energy. He's not going to be a fool and blow everything out just to try to power out of certain things. He's using technique. And that's what makes this fight very interesting, because he's a good brown belt in BJJ. Here we go. Possible leg entry. Look at the block there, though, with the instep from Kikadze. Skips through. Now, this is one of his specialties. Very, very good in Keza. Multiple choke options, potential arm bars, shoulder locks. He's going for a bodyweight choke here, Will.
Unbelievable. He's got some pressure on there, and he's got an arm. Oh, but look at this. Beautiful escapology. Zdravković reverses it, and Kikadze gets the strong message. Right, game over. I'm going to work here. Look at this. He's got the choke hold. Where did he get that from? Zdravković now trying to get the hooks in. He's got one. Can he get the leverage on the neck? He's got the time to do it. This is a 5-rounder. And look, already we're seeing submission attempts. Incredible wrestling from these two.
Yeah, that was the issue. The thing is, he didn't have the underhook, and he allowed him out the back door, gets to the back, gets the figure 4. He's got that squeeze, Will.
I think he's going to end this here right now. Can he stretch the body out? Can he get the crank? Well, referee's looking closely. We're in submission territory. Kikadze hanging on by a thread as Zdravković tries to leverage that lock. Referee looking. I don't think we're going to see him give up. He's defending. That arm being pushed down. We've still got a little bit of time left in this championship bout. Body triangle. That lock is on. This is great work from Zdravković.
Excellent escape here, though, potentially from Kikadze. He's denying the seatbelt. He's fighting the grips. He's a tough, tough guy to deal with. He has been submitted a couple of times before, but Zdravković is very, very good at BJJ, and that's what made this interesting.
Still got the body triangle on, and that's going to make a difference because he's going to restrict the breathing of Bondo Kikadze, and he's going to need a lot of oxygen and a lot of air to get rid of this man off of his back. There's still a minute plus left in this first round, and what started off to be a bit of a roller coaster for Zdravković has turned into a ghost ride for Bondo Kikadze here at the Funfair from Hell. Look at this, the first round, and Zdravković dragging, yanking the head back to try and get the lock on. Kikadze will have been here before, but that's not a place he wants to live, and Zdravković able to roll him around at ease with that body triangle.
I like the fact he was punching, actually trying to find a way to get his grips again. It's going to be tough, though. You know, he's kind of got that body lock on the wrong side here. And Zdravković is just finding Kikadze, as you would do with this guy, a little bit tough to maneuver on the ground. This is better. Now he's got that arm around the shoulder, and then he'll slide the other arm around and then ease it in for the figure four.
No, he's got the chin out. Perfect position for the hands and the arm, but he just didn't have it slipped underneath the chin. Oh, this has been a big, big, tough night in the office for Kikadze. He's going to survive the round, but this is so much damage from Zdravković being inflicted here. You've got to ask yourself, how much of this can he take? Wow, fantastic round.
Wild round, very wild. And beautiful to see it turn from wrestling offense to defense to evasion from Zdravković to eventually a substantial back attack sequence. Excellent. It's everything we wanted to see.
Some lovely work there. Freeze frame every one of those. It was textbook stuff, and great escapology from Kikadze. And I mean, you know, this is, if you're a big grappling fan, you're going to want to see it. Talk us through it, Chris.
Heavy shot immediately. Kikadze had his moments on the back. This was the Kazakazuri position, and this is the issue, you know, when you're not controlling under the arm, under the left arm, your opponent can get out the back if the weight's not correct, and that's exactly what happened as Zdravković was able to expose the back and then attack the back. And that's how the fight played out in the latter half of that second round, or in the second half of the first round, excuse me.
I think the most significant thing for me was how Zdravković managed to keep that body triangle on the whole time and operate from that position. I mean, you know, that made life so difficult for Kikadze. We go to the second of 5 championship bout here. I don't know how much more of this they can dish out, or indeed they can take, but it shows you the high level they're working at. They're working the locks, looking to find ways in, looking to find ways out. And look at that, Kikadze comes into the second lemon fresh, like nothing happened, starting to be slowly discombobulated. Big right hand from Zdravković, and that's what he's in danger of doing.
And that was the power we wanted to see in the inside the pocket, when there is the potential for you to be taken down. When the chase happens, for example, that's when you light him up, and that's where Zdravković is such a threat.
Just look at Kikadze come back, runs at the task, gets held in position, the knee strikes in. Oh, that's a great left hand from Zdravković, and he almost adds an extension to it by twisting his body. Just the little bit where you'd miss, he makes up by turning his shoulder and coming back into a defensive position. It's great work, great boxing skills. Serious, serious talent, this boy. Left, then the right, he's hurt. Kikadze hurt again with the right hand. Oh, we could be in knockdown territory here. Kikadze, it's raining pain. Kikadze goes down, desperation, Hail Mary grab for the leg. But that's what he does.
And that was the problem. You could see Zdravković was so hesitant about coming in close. Because if you give this guy any opportunity, he will grab a hold of you and never let go. Look at this.
Just unbelievable, isn't he? The way he latches on. And I mean, but now, well, all kinds of problems here. Well, for both men, because they've got to work out where they're going to go, how they're going to advantage. And Zdravković is the one that's on top, but that's the position that Kikadze has worked from below, and Zdravković pummels his way off. Wow, intense.
It was so intense that Zdravković actually had a reverse crucifix, and Kikadze allows himself to be compromised in those positions just to grab an ankle, just to grab a wrist. just to try to get a hold of you.
I mean, for grapplers, for BJJ players, this is a symphony in motion here. You're looking at every possible opportunity in every possible position, which you don't always get in a grappling matchup.
That's the thing. Both these guys are actually complementing each other with some different things.
Back to the upright, there's space between them. He's looking as if he's slowed down a bit. Kikadze gets hurt with the left and the right, but you know, he's taking big shots and he's wearing them. Oh, and the kick comes in, and it's almost as if he's playing with his food. Zdravković, just incredible level of skill here. 10-year age difference. Let's give props to Bondo Kikadze. But he got hurt by that, and he got hurt by that, and that, and that, and that. And you've got to ask yourself, how many shots can you take full on through the front door?
Zdravković is being very smart, though. Don't let this guy play possum. He is tough, he is durable, he deserves to be here fighting for this title.
Yeah, and he's not going to be put away very quickly, is he? He just took full front door shots, even right up until the elbow. And Zdravković just really needs to have a care. It's a 5-rounder, but this is a great fight for this young man, and foils the takedown. That's a little bit of sloppiness from Kikadze because he's taking shots, and in this position, well, Zdravković could finish.
He could, but you want to be efficient. You really want to be efficient, especially when this guy has taken some of your biggest and best shots. Head kicks, punches, uppercuts, is covered up, has shown survival skills. If I'm thinking strategically, I'm not going to waste my energy trying to take his back again. Don't give him any breathing or recovery time. I'm just going to do damage or maybe make him stand up again.
Yeah, I think the idea of get it now and make him pay later. Mind you, he's not listening to anything that we might have to say about it. He's gone straight for the back, got the legs in. I think the clock is against Zdravković in this round, but it sends a very strong psychological message to Kikadze, and that is, when it's available to me, I'll take it and I'll have it when I want. And he could be in submission territory now.
He could get that choke. I mean, just because the chin is stuck there doesn't mean it's not available. So, but again, you know, probabilities suggest it's been challenging. That looks better.
He's got it on, and that's it. It's all over. He's been strangled. He's been iced in the championship bout for the bantamweight strap. Milan Zdravković, 8-0, becomes 9-0, and the new Bundo Kiki out-wrestled, out-punched. Wow, intense.
And submitted, Will. Submitted definitively. We didn't know whether or not he'd be able to get the rear naked choke, but he went out there, he made it work. It was a beautiful and mature performance here from the young fighter tonight, a fitting championship contest.
He was consistent, wasn't he, right from the get-go, and that was in the face of all kinds of danger from Bondo Kikadze. It was always dangerous, but manages to do it. Wow, incredible. Just pulled the head up to get the arm in, Chris.
And the same setup we saw for the choke. You know, you get the arm around the back of the neck to the point where you could sort of grip behind the left shoulder, and then you slide the opposite part of the figure for it and then eventually connect it. So it's a slightly different way of getting it done, but he had tried it several times unsuccessfully.
Yeah, he did, and he had the arms perfectly placed. I mean, it was a diagram of how to choke somebody, but this time he managed to get underneath the chin, and it was a combination, not so much of the strangle, but the pressure on the jawbone and the carotid. It was just huge.
Especially when the opponent's bent and out of position. Darko Stosic here in center cage. Maybe to award the belt, we're about to find out, but yeah, he broke him down, Will. And a very gutsy way to go about it, too.
Yeah, broke him down across 2 rounds. I mean, it's insane, isn't it? So, here we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes and 44 seconds completed of round number 2. Your winner by way of rear naked choke. And he's the new minus 61 kilogram FNC Bantamweight World Champion, Miljan Zdravković!
FNC crowns a new king. We're going to have a word. I'm sure he's got lots to say. Just a display of dominant skills there, wasn't it? Darko Stosic awards, as does FNC's CEO, Forgi. So he's going to enjoy this moment from Serbia. Miljan Zdravković makes it 9-0 and the belt. What a celebration that's going to be in the Zdravković camp tonight.
And another level, a new level. That's what you're looking for every single time from a young fighter, to go out, experience adversity, pass the tests, have the right defense, have the right offense, listen to your corner. It all worked out. It wasn't easy, but nobody ever thought it was going to be against this guy. It's always going to be tough to fight somebody with the style of Kikadze.
Representatives of the UFD gym on the other side there. So a moment for celebration, well deserved. Great performance from Zdravković. Oh, he's a real fireball, isn't he? I got a sneaky feeling this young man's going to dominate, absolutely dominate this division for years to come.
Tommy Djokovic there in the corner,
along with Forgi and Darko Stosic. What a lineup there.
and what a bright young talent, Will. A guy who can do it all.
Well, I described him as having beautiful footwork and as accurate and as reliable as a Swiss train timetable. Well, he brought it in on time, didn't he? Second round out of 5 against a tough opponent.
Miljane, gledao sam te u drugim organizacijama, nadao sam se da ćeš potpisati za FNC, ali sad kad sam te pogledao uživo, iskreno govoreći, to je prava privilegija. Čestitam ti, mladiću, čestitam se što si dalje neporažen i što si sada FNC prvak u bantam kategoriji.
Samo ovako, pre nego što bilo šta kažem, hoću da kažem slava Bogu na svemu. Sve što imam, sve je od njega.
Borio si se protiv čovjeka koji je najjači, najbolji na parteru. To je bila njegova i najveća prijetnja tebi. Na kraju si ga zadavio i dominirao i tu. Kako je to izgledalo iznutra?
Pa, kao što sam rekao, mnogi nisu verovali, ovo je protivnik bolji nego što je bio moj prethodnik sa kojim sam trebao se borim. Znači, on je to pokazao sada ovdje u ringu, šta je sve izdržao, kakvim sam ga udarcima pogađao i nije odustao do zadnjeg momenta borbe. Znači, svaka čast njemu, dečko je Gruzijac, znači tvrd je kao kamen, najbolji borac s kojim sam se borio do sada. Sad, hteo bi, pošto uvijek zaboravim, ponesu me emocije, hteo bi da se zahvalim prvo mom treneru Goranu, mom timu Sekutor Smederevo, onda mojoj porodici, svim mojim sponzorima koji su mi pomogli da se spremim za ovaj meč. Hvala vam svima, hvala vam od srca. Bez vas ovo ne bi bilo moguće. A hoću da čujem šta publika misli o ovoj borbi. Ajde da vas čujem, svi!
Miljane, pretpostavljam da je ovo tek tvoj početak u FNC-u i da slijedi nekoliko obrana titula. Šta bih htio sad sljedeće?
Pa vidjet ćemo. Znaš kako, sljedeće da uzmem i provedem vreme malo sa mojom porodicom. 11 nedelja brutalnih priprema. 11 nedelja izvukao sam sve iz sebe. Trenirao sam kao nikad do sad i hoću malo da nadoknadim vreme koje sam izgubio sa mojim voljenima kući, pa vidjet ćemo šta dalje. Sutra odmor, ponedjeljak, nazad u salu, kao što i uvek kažem, 2 puta dnevno, svaki dan. Tako da bit ću spreman, sešću sa mojim timom, sa mojim menadžerom, sa mojim trenerom i dogovorit ćemo šta je sledeće. Verujem da FNC hoće da me vidi ponovo.
Vjerujem, nakon ovakve predstave, da je to 100% istina. Bila je još jednom privilegija gledati te. Novi FNC prvak, Miljan Zdravković!
New young champion, Milan Zdravković.
And these are the numbers of the fight. It was Miljan Zdravković all day. Incredible accuracy, and again, able to change the whole fight on the ground with lots of control, especially from the back, which won him by a submission.